Well, hey everybody, and welcome back to Slowpoke Racing and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Eldridge Air Conditioning. We are, as I've said, with the Ultimate Racing League, and this is our Sunday Mustang Madness. It's our Sunday league. There are 6 leagues running. We've got on a Sunday now. This is the League One, guys, and we're all in the Mustang, which is why we've called it the Mustang Madness. Now then, we are at round 5. Some great racing we've had in the previous 4 rounds, and on to round 5, which is halfway through the season once we've done this one. So it really is flying by. This week we are over in America, in Georgia, just north of a town called Braselton at Road Atlanta. And it looks like this track's been around a while. There's more potholes and patches on this than there is in our local high street. But a good track nevertheless. So we're going to have a bit of a run down the grid. I think there is a table, but I'll bring that next week. I've put it somewhere and I can't find it. So I will bring you the league table next week. But I'm pretty sure Scott's at the top. So let's have a look, shall we, and see where everybody is on the grid. So this is after 10 minutes of qualifying, and Scott has just got his own parking space now up at the head of the grid on pole position. He just seems he's there all the while. This is his 5th time on pole, and he's managed 5 wins so far this season. So Scott on an absolute roll. Just behind him is Grasshopper. He's been on the podium 5 times already this season and managed 2 wins out of those 5 podiums. So them two are going to have quite a good battle, actually, up at the top. Flat B in 3rd. He's 3rd on the grid. He's missed 2 rounds, unfortunately, so a little way down the table, but he missed last week as well, so he'll have something to prove today, and he's already set his stall out, hasn't he, by putting himself 3rd on the grid. Bloomfield sitting in 4th. Then we've got Wayne G, another regular on the podium, down in 5th. Harry Poppins is 6th, only his 2nd race, to be fair. He's missed 3 out of the 5, including this one. So this is only his 2nd race, but he did make it onto the podium in his last outing. So keep your eye on Harry Poppins. Doesn't tend to qualify too well, but does finish the race strongly. So I wouldn't rule him out for a podium finish today either. Then we've got Seamus Cash in 7th. We've got Hoggy in 8th. Good battler. This Hoggy likes to get stuck in, gets amongst everybody, and yeah, he's a tough guy to get by. We've got Rufus in 9. He's improving every single week, Rufus. He seems to be getting quicker and quicker, and he's a proper handful now. So that's Rufus in 9th. Stealth in 10th. Steady Stealth is what we're going to call him from now on. Always good to race against Stealth. Then we've got Brownie in 11th. Another one who seems to be just getting better and better all the time. So watch out for him making his way through the grid. Hodgie, fantastic battler is Hodgie. Very difficult to get by. Absolutely fantastic at defending is Hodgie. So unfortunately I'm sat behind him, so that's probably where I'm going to stay. That's me, Slowpoke, in 13th, with my teammate Sideways George in 14th. Team Haribo at the back, ready to attack and pounce on anybody that makes a mistake up ahead. So let's get this race underway, shall we? As you can see, it's a little bit dark. This is an early morning excuse me, sunset type of time of day, so it should get a little bit lighter, but at the minute all headlights are on. So Scott then leads the pack off down towards turn 1 at Bennett's Bend. All these are names that I've recreated. I'm not sure if they've got names actually at Road Atlanta. It's 2.5 miles long, 12 turns, and it does include the famous S's, which Scott is just about to go down now. And it opened in 1970, so yeah, it has been around a while. It doesn't look like they've actually put a new surface on it since then. But Scott takes us through the S's, then up into turn 5. Now then, turn 5 is one of these notorious turns where you are likely to pick up a penalty, so let's just see if anybody has. Looks like we've all got through there okay. Up towards turn 6 then, and we're just following Sideways George as everybody just settles down now into this race. Oh dear, now then, who that Seamus has gone off. Oh my, not the start he wanted. Let's have a look and see what's happened to Shamer. Oh, he's on the grass already. Let's go back a little bit further. So this is down the S's then. Didn't have a good time through there. Into turn 5. Oh, he went a little bit wide. You can see him struggling to get that Mustang back into some sort of shape. Got dirty tyres now as Stealth goes by. Hoggy goes through. Brownie goes through. Dirty tyres on Seamus. Oh, and the back end just comes around. He's on the grass and it's game over there. He's just got to calm down now, get himself back on the track, get them tyres cleaned up, which he's got a good chance to do now because he's on the back straight. Just 0.79 of a mile this back straight between turns 8 and the entry into the chicane at turn 10. Scott's just taken us through the chicane now, up the hill towards the entry to the pit lane. It's very difficult pit lane that is, as we'll find out in race 2, but it is still Scott from Grasshopper, Flat B in 3rd, Bloomfield in 4th, no change so far for the top 4. Wayne G also in 5th, then Harry Poppins in 6th, so no real change at all for the top 6. Rufus, though, I did say, didn't I, he's improving and he's already made his way up into 7th, so good start from Rufus. This is exactly what he wanted. Brownie up to 8th, he's already made his way through the pack, has he? Where did Brownie start? He started in 11th, so already made up 3 places. But Rufus has picked up half a second penalty there. That'll be for track infringements. Maybe about turn 2, that's another one that seems to catch a lot of people out. Stealth in 9th. Then we've got Hoggy in 10th, Hodgie in 11th, Slowpoke still in 12th, half a second penalty there, picked up. Again, it'd be track infringements. It's either turn 2 or turn 5, they're the ones that seem to catch everybody out. And luckily for Slowpoke, his teammate has got a half a second as well. And then we've got Seamus down in 14th, trying to catch back up again. So let's have a look. Who should we go on board? Let's go on board with Wayne G, shall we, as we enter the chicane for the second time. Try and get the power down as quick as you possibly can coming out of that chicane, but it's very easy to lose the back end. The car will spin around and go off to the right if you get the power down too early. A quick look behind us. Oh, look at Harry Poppins pushing Wayne G all the way along into turn 1. Again, just dab of the brakes, ease off the accelerator, then power down as soon as you possibly can coming out of that turn. That's turn 2, that's the tricky one. If you cross the lines there, you'll get a penalty. Then into the S's. This is a driver's point of view as we go into the S's. And then into turn 5, this left-hander. And you can see Wayne just teasing the track limits there. A quick look behind. Well, no, Harry Poppins must have got an absolute screamer out of turn 5 because he's flew past Wayne G. Into turn 6 and turn 7. It's double right-hander, and then it's back on the power again to get onto the straight. Now it is foot planted firmly on the noisy pedal all the way through this section. Just coming up to the penalty zone. None of these guys serving penalties, but that's where you would if you had one. Over the crest of the hill, down the hill then, and this is where we picked up the action when we jumped in with Wayne G, just as we're going into this chicane. Harry Poppins doing a good job of just keeping everything nice and tight through that section, not allowing Wayne G any kind of room. So we'll get out of Wayne G's face and let him crack on. Excuse me. Brownie in 7th, things starting to spread out just a little bit. Brownie just getting allowing a gap between himself and Wayne G. Then we've got Rufus in 8th. Oh, he's lost a place as Brownie and Rufus have swapped over. Oh, of course, Rufus had that half a second, didn't he? I need a quick swig of my old coffee before it goes cold. Too late. So that's Rufus in 8th. He's being harassed by Stealth. Stealth putting Rufus under a lot of pressure, trying to force a mistake from him. Rufus already making one mistake, which is what gave him that half a second penalty earlier for track limits. And as I say, it's very easy to pick up. Turn 2, turn 5 seem to be the worst culprits for dishing out penalties. Hoggy in 10th. Then we've got Hodgie. Then we've got Slowpoke. So quite a battle opening up here then. It's starting with Rufus, who's leading this little pack. Then we've got Stealth in 9th, tucked underneath the rear wing of Rufus, picking up the slipstream as they go down towards the chicane at turns 10. Well, it's 10A and 10B, which is a bit ridiculous, really. So we'll just call it the chicane, shall we? So Rufus leading Stealth. Then we've got Hoggy in 10th, Hodgie in 11th with Slowpoke in 12th. So these five having a proper fight so far, and we are only on lap 4 of 19. So it's going to be all about the penalties, I think, and mistakes. If you can keep everything nice and clean and stay on the grey stuff, then you should be okay. If you make a slight mistake, then the guys behind are ready to pounce on you. You can see Slowpoke desperately trying to catch up to the back of Hodgie, but even if you get there, getting by him is very difficult. He does like to defend us, Hodgie. He's very good at it. So Slowpoke with a bit of a fight on his hands if he wants to progress any further up the field. Sideways George in 13th. He can just see the back of the guys in front of him, but just needs to pick it up a little bit just to catch up to the back of them. Then we've got Seamus still playing catch up from his off on lap 1. Up at the top though, well, look at Grasshopper and Scott. They are properly battling away. They have pulled away from the rest of the pack. Sorry. Excuse me, I need a drink. I've got a bit of a croaky throat this morning. So Scott putting in a fast lap. Well, Grasshopper's putting in the fastest lap now, 1:19.0. So fantastic racing. A bit of slipstream has helped there, I think, but Grasshopper doing a good job of keeping up with Scott. So Scott not getting everything his own way as he usually does in these races. He usually pulls away and disappears off into the distance. But Grasshopper, excuse me, Grasshopper really making Scott work for this lead at the minute. And Grasshopper probably just happy to just sit there. It saves his tyres, it will help with his fuel as well, getting the free tow. We've got a lot of racing in front of us. We're only on lap 6, so 30 more laps to go. So no point really in Grasshopper trying to make a dive for it and overtake Scott at the minute. Really what he can do is just sit there and stay in touch with him. Bloomfield in the background now then. He's got Harry Poppins for company. Look at this, Harry Poppins into the slipstream of Bloomfield as they go down this straight. 0.7 miles, Harry Poppins pulls to the left, so he has a look up the inside. It is Bloomfield, Harry Poppins into the chicane. What a great move from Harry Poppins, made it look easy. Can he make it stick though? He's got to get out of this chicane in front, and he does so, but Bloomfield fighting back. He's not going to let Harry Poppins have that without a fight, is he? Across the line they go to start lap 7. Bloomfield pulls to the inside, so he's going to have a look at turn 1 at Harry Poppins. Harry Poppins trying to close the door on him, and just about does it all. Bloomfield goes very wide, but just manages to bring it back on track. Some fantastic racing from these two guys. Bloomfield really pushing Harry Poppins now, but Harry Poppins can now concentrate on trying to catch up to the two guys in front of him. Now he's managed to get the job done ahead of Bloomfield. Wayne G in 5th, he wants to join this little party as well. Flappy's in there. Flappy dropped down a few places. He started third, didn't he? He's now down to 6th. So whether it's good racing from Wayne G or Harry, well, probably definitely from Harry Poppins. He started in 6th, didn't he, Harry Poppins? I did say that he doesn't tend to qualify very well, does Harry Poppins, but he does finish strong, so definitely want to keep an eye on. So Harry Poppins looking to make a gap now between himself and Bloomfield. Bloomfield will have Wayne G to deal with in a couple of turns, I'm sure, as they go into the chicane. Wayne G looking very quick and very sharp through that chicane. Flappy sticking with them. He'd like to get involved in this little group as well, so it just seems we've got pockets of races going on. Now let's just stick with these guys just for a second as Wayne G and Bloomfield and Flappy all go through turn 1, up the slight hill towards turn 2, and then they'll be coming into the S's, which is really not the place to pass. So if you're not going to get it done before there, you are not going to get it done going through those S's and down into turn 5. A good exit out of turn 5 will get you a good opportunity to a pass before you get to turn 6, but you're not going to do it actually at turn 5. So let's just have a look and see what's happening elsewhere. Brownie in 7th. He's well, got a decent gap back to Hoggy at the minute, but he needs to maintain this pace. His last lap, lap 7 was a 1:22. He's been in the 20s, so he's been doing regular 1:20s, which is about what you need to do. But his last lap lap 7 was 1:22, which has allowed Hoggy to get a little bit closer. Hoggy around about the 120s, a couple of 121s in there. The slipstream will help him. Then we've got Hodgie in 9th, Stealth in 10th, so Hodgie managing to get by Stealth into 10th, Rufus in 11th with Slowpoke in 12th, so Hodgie fighting his way through the pack, isn't he? Up to 9th, he was down in 10th I think at one point, 10th or 11th I think. But he's now made his way up into 9th. He's got Stealth crawling all over the back of him. Stealth trying to get right underneath the wing of Hodgie. Has a bit of a cheeky look into turn 1, but nothing doing really there. I think it was just more to let Hodgie know that's exactly where he is, and that he's not going to have an easy ride of it. Stealth's there, as I say, sitting there in 10th as they go through the S's for the 9th time, then down the hill towards turn 5. Now then, let's just see if they can all keep it clean. Everybody very wary of that turn 5 and the track limits there as Stealth goes around the outside of Hodgie. Hodgie defending, I told you he would. He's very good at defending. He is on the inside into turn 6. He will be on the inside into turn 7. It's all about the exit, getting that power down. Now we've got a great four-way battle going on now. We've got Hodgie in 9th, Stealth in 10th. Then we've got Rufus and we've got Slowpoke as well, as Slowpoke pulls alongside, or tries to pull alongside Rufus, but there's nowhere to go because of the two guys in front. So let's jump on board, shall we, with Rufus. He's looking for a gap and there's just nothing there. The two Mustangs in front forming a rolling roadblock as Slowpoke takes a cheeky one up the inside and gets in front of Rufus. I think Rufus was trying to find a gap between Stealth and Hodgie, and while he was concentrating on doing that, Slowpoke had a bit of a look up the inside. Oh, and Rufus has gone onto the grass. That's going to cost him a few tenths, that is. Dirty tyres as well, so he's got to be careful into turn 1. Get them tyres cleaned up. A quick look behind us, and he's got the Haribo teammate chasing him down as they go into turn 2. Oh, Stealth goes across the grass through turn 2. That's dropped him to 11th, and now Rufus right onto the back of him into the S's. Stealth will hold on to P11 just for the moment, and Sideways is all over Rufus. Rufus looking to try and get back by Stealth, while Stealth is trying to clean them tyres up into turn 6. That's allowed Slowpoke and Hodgie just to scamper off up the road a little bit, and you can see Rufus right up the chuff of Stealth through turn 7. I think that kind of compromised his exit a little bit. It's only my opinion, but I think if Rufus had just backed off just a little bit into turn 7, he might have got a better exit. The fact that he was so close to Stealth actually compromised his exit. He couldn't get the power down. Oh, Sideways, where did he come from? Wow, let's just let's have a look at that again, shall we? I think Sideways got caught out. I've gone too far. Never mind. We'll do the old chase cam view for this. So you can see we're in the slipstream. We're on board with Sideways George. He's chasing Rufus down. He's picked up a lot of slipstream. You can see how quickly he's pulling in that Mustang of Rufus there. He's on the inside as they come into the chicane. Bit of late braking for Sideways, but it didn't quite pay off. He couldn't slow it down enough. Soon slowed down when you hit that gravel. So that's unlucky for Sideways. Down into 14th now as Seamus goes through. Back up to the top, it is still Scott and Grasshopper. There is a bit of a gap between the two of them now, not much so, 2 maybe 3 car lengths, but these two really have opened up the gap to the rest of the field. Harry Poppins sitting in 3rd. He's got a decent gap as well back to Bloomfield, so Harry Poppins looking good for a podium, and we called it, didn't we, at the start? We did say, although he doesn't qualify very well, he does finish very strongly, does Harry Poppins. And this is only his 2nd race, remember, out of the 5. Bloomfield in 4th, looking good as well for 4th at the minute, though he does have Wayne G all over the back of him. Now then, how close is Wayne G? He's definitely within the slipstream as they go down the hill. Will Wayne G have a look? No, he's not close enough. He can't do anything from that kind of distance. That would be one hell of a lunge, wouldn't it? Wayne G to chuck it at Bloomfield into the chicane there. So these two guys having a good old fight it out for P4 Flat being 6, trying to do everything he can to catch up to the two guys in front, and while they're fighting away, that will give him the opportunity to creep up to the back of them, maybe catch them out. Brownie in 7th, all on his lonesome. Oh no, he's not. Hoggy's caught him up. I just had a quick look at the track map in the right hand corner. It doesn't show Hoggy there, but I think it's because he's that close to Brownie. So Brownie has got somebody to play with. So he's fighting for P7 with Hoggy chasing him down in P8. There just seems to be battles all over this track at the minute. And it is down to mistakes as Brownie makes one. Brownie goes very deep into turn 5. Will he get a penalty? I'm not sure, but Hoggy takes full advantage and moves on through to 7th. Brownie having to drop down to 8th. He's got the work to do all over again now, but he is very close. Talking of penalties, Flat B's picked one up, so that's just going to drop him down a little bit. Let's just see what's happening up at the just ahead of him. It's Wayne G has made his way up into 4th, so a bit of slipstream in there has assisted Wayne G there to move up into 4th. Bloomfield in 5th, Flat B in 6th, then we've got Hoggy in 7th. Mistake from Brownie has allowed him to go through, so Brownie down into 8th. Hodgie in 9th, having a decent race so far, and has opened up a bit of a gap back to Slowpoke in 10th. So Slowpoke got a bit of work to do if he wants to get back onto the back of Hodgie again. Just trying to see if there's there you can see the distance between them. Rufus in 11th, a couple of mistakes has cost him those positions. But it does look like he's gaining on Slowpoke. Let's have a look at the lap time. So Slowpoke in the 21s really with a couple of 20s. Lap 12 was a 20. Rufus, these last 2 laps were in the 20s. So I think Rufus is definitely a little bit quick around here. It is all down though to, as I said, to penalties and mistakes. Stealth in 12th. With Seamus Cash, who's managed to catch up now, and he's putting Stealth under a lot of pressure. This is great stuff, isn't it? We've got battles all the way through the field, right from the top all the way to the back, and this is exactly what we want. We hate it when they spread out. There's no fighting to be had as Seamus Cash gets. Let's jump on board with Seamus Cash. We're chasing Stealth now. Then it's down the hill towards the chicane. Is Seamus going to have a bit of a lunge up the inside? No, he sides against it. Probably a bit too risky there, but he's got a fantastic exit. I think Stealth has made a slight mistake actually coming out of the chicane, and that's cost him, or has it? No, I think Seamus was a little bit lenient there actually and allowed Stealth to go around the outside. I think if Seamus pushed a bit harder, that would have put Stealth out there in no man's land and nowhere to go really, but Seamus I think just backed off to allow Stealth a bit of racing room and let him get back into P12. So Seamus very gentlemanly there, I thought, as they come towards the end of the S's into turn 5. Now then, this is where you penalty. Oh, now then, Stealth did cross the yellow line, but I think it's the white line. I think as long as you're back on track before the white line, you're okay, as Seamus gets the job done. This time he goes up the inside of turn 6 and at turn 7. Oh, keep it on the track. Yeah, well done to Seamus. Made that move stick and now moves up into 12th. Stealth down to 13th then, but we'll be picking up the slipstream from Seamus as they go down this long straight past all the campers. See them all camped out there, waving to the drivers as they go by. It is Sideways George down in 14th, who well, what lap we on? We're on lap 14, so it's probably going to be his finishing position, to be honest, unless somebody ahead of him makes a mistake. It's a big ask to catch up to the pack now. So Sideways George not having a great time in this first race. Somebody who is Scott, still out in front, started on pole, led from the front, and has been there ever since, despite the pressure that Grasshopper has been putting him under. Now then, there is a gap starting to open up now, and Scott has got a bit of breathing space, so he can just sort of collect his thoughts. He's not going to worry about being attacked now from Grasshopper because of the slight gap that they've got between the two of them, but they really have opened up a lead back to the rest of the pack. Harry Poppins, the best of the rest so far, in third. he's all on his own as well. So everything looking nice and comfortable for Harry Poppins. Wayne G in 4th. Now then, who's he got for company? Is Bloomfield anywhere near him? It doesn't look like he is. No. There is a bit of breathing space again for Wayne G. Probably half a second or so between himself and Bloomfield. Maybe even a second. Flatby in 6th. With Hoggy chasing him down in 7th. Then we've got Brownie in 8th. So those 3 guys pretty spread out really. Now then, a good old battle taking place here with Hodgie in 9th, Slowpoke in 10th. He's got Rufus desperately looking for a way past. So a good little fight between these 3 then. As around turn 2, then into the S's they go then. Hodgie leading this little trio in 9th with Slowpoke in 10th. Rufus in 11th and Seamus Cash in 12th. Not that far behind actually. We're on lap 16 of 19, so three more laps after this one to go. And yes, I did just use my fingers to count. Yeah. So 3 more laps after this one then. Can Slowpoke make any inroads on Hodgie? Now then, he's in the slipstream, or is he? Can he get any closer? Rufus in 11th. He's definitely picking up a double slip from Hodgie and Slowpoke in front of him. It's just whether this slipstream kicks in. It tends to wait right until the very end of the straight. You'd have thought it would have kicked in a little bit sooner, but it didn't. So Rufus still in 11th, just having to sit there behind the 2 guys in front. But Rufus definitely quick, especially through that final sector, the chicane section. Now Slowpoke learnt his lesson before. Rufus went up the inside of turn 1 quite a few laps ago actually, so Slowpoke learnt his lesson there, knew exactly what Rufus was thinking. So Slowpoke cutting that off by moving to the inside before they get to turn 1, so Rufus having to stay behind him. Seamus Cash has now started to catch up to the back of this little trio, so he'll be joining in their fight. Stealth in 13th, he slipped off the back of the back of the pack now, with Sideways down in 14th. Up at the top it is still Scott, looking very comfortable actually is Scott. He's just about to cross the line. There we go, to start lap 18, so 2 laps left for Scott. Grasshopper likewise starting lap 18, sitting in 2nd, so this pretty much looks like the podium finish actually. It'll be Scott taking the win, with Grasshopper in 2nd, and Harry Poppins is going to come in 3rd. No one else really close enough. Bloomfield has managed to get in front of Wayne G. Apologies we missed that. But Bloomfield now up to 4th, and Wayne G's turn to pile on the pressure and try and force a mistake from Bloomfield. Hopefully he'll pick up a half a second penalty for a track limit or something. Just having a quick look at Wayne G's fuel. So should have a look for the 2 laps. Tyres look okay, they're at about 40-45% wear, so everything looking good on Wayne G's car. He's going to have a look around the outside as they get towards turn 6, maybe trying to get that cut back, but Bloomfield closing the door on that one. So Wayne G looking for a good exit out of turn 7, get right underneath Bloomfield's rear wing into the slipstream. Now Wayne G very cagey when it comes to racing. He knows exactly what he needs to do, and he's starting to position his car on the inside very early, letting Bloomfield know his intentions, and that's he's going to get down to that chicane on the inside. But a late braking from Wayne G and a good move in the end. Not much Bloomfield could do about that. Wayne G positioned his car exactly where he wanted it very early on, so Bloomfield couldn't move to the inside. But Bloomfield fighting back then as they cross the line for the final lap. Bloomfield having a bit of a cheeky look up the inside at turn 1. Wayne G though holding on to P4. Great racing from these guys. Bloomfield in 5th now. He's going to have to sit behind Wayne G for the next few turns. Flat B has joined them now. He's moved on to the back of Bloomfield as they go down the S's for the final time. Let's just have a look and see what's happening elsewhere. Hoggy in 7th, then we've got Brownie in 8th, Hodgie in 9th. He's still got Slowpoke glued to his rear bumper. Oh, and Slowpoke's picked up half a second as well, so that's going to do his chances no good of getting by Hodgie, which was a big ask anyway, unless Hodgie makes a mistake. Then we've got Seamus Cash down in 11th, Stealth in 12th. We are going to have to go up to our race leaders though, as Scott comes around the final turn at turn 12 and across the line, a flash of the lights, made it look easy in the end. Quite a big gap back to Grasshopper. Well done to Scott. Grasshopper in second, a good race nevertheless, especially early on. Harry Poppins finishes third, so that's your podium for race one. Wayne G, great racing from Wayne G. He's had a great battle with Bloomfield, hasn't he? But he has come out on top and manages to take fourth. Bloomfield gets fifth, just ahead of Flat B. Hoggy in seventh. Brownie will cross the line in eighth. Hodgie bringing it home in ninth, with Slowpoke just behind him in 10th. Seamus Cash across the line to make 11th, with Stealth 12th. Rufus 13th. I think too many mistakes, unfortunately, for Rufus, has cost him some places there, but it's all one big learning curve. And then Sideways will bring it home for 14th, but we'll be starting on the pole, I believe. Can't remember. So that was race one. Hope you can join me very shortly for race two.